students, myself Prachi Ranpalia. Today's our topic is Introduction to Business Environment of subject Business Environment. The word business has a long history for its existence. Business will always be affected by different internal, external and institutional factors around it. When an environment means surrounding conditions which affect on a living standard, so business environment is self surrounded with many internal and external factors. In today's era, India has become powerful both in industry sectors and manpower. Hundreds of new industrial units, both large scale and small scale, have been established. Not only that, but entrepreneurship development score has also now reached the highest peak. Now, let us see. Business environment itself is surrounded with many internal and external factors, say micro and macro factors. The success or failure of a business depends upon them. One cannot ignore them. Business environment consists of all those elements that business has to face and those that affect business directly or indirectly. Means here businessman has to face the internal and external risk and uncertainty of the business. In this definition, it is clear that business environment means the entrepreneur has to be ready to face such surrounding elements which have a great effect on the business. Now see second definition. Business environment refers to the total of all things external to firm and industries which affect their organization and operation. In this definition, the right author give more importance to the external factors around the business. Here also give emphasis on organization and operation. Or micro environment. First, location of business. This is very an important point for the establishment of the business. The success or failure of the business depends on the location of the business. Our second point is skill and productivity of laborers. Skilled and productive laborers can save the time taken for the production, so we can get more production. Third, appreciation of capital. As we know, business and industry need capital, so it has become important to invest capital in the most appropriate way. Over-investment or under-investment can lead the business in loss. Next, normal profit earning tendency. No doubt that profit is in the center of the business activity, but too much or anything lead to too much, losing the capacity of the business. So businessmen have to keep the normal profit earning tendency for the success of business. Next, social security to laborers. Sometimes the worker have to perform tasks which are risky in nature. By doing this duty, they have to put their lives in trouble. Now, if any damage may arise, owners should give security to them and to their family, and for this insurance scheme should be adopted. They should provide complete medical help in case of death. Their family should be given monetary or other helps. Next, attitude of owners. The businessmen must understand that their employees are human beings. They are not slaves. He should be paid proper wages according to the work. He should be provided health facility in his business unit. The owner's attitude should be compromising with his workers and should allow them to join the unions. We know that the freedom must be controlled by wisdom. The businessman must have unflinching eye on all the part of business. Different sections perform their working on different tracks. Control is not an interference, but it is an instrument to make the work regular and to provide perfect direction. But it is necessary that there would not be over control for the work. Next, Management policy. Management of business is the basic stage for the success of the business. The entrepreneur is the driver of the business. He has to undertake production management, selling management, capital management, profit management, etc. If the management policy is not prepared, there will be disorder in the working of the business. Next, preservation of raw material. Raw material is the basic requirement of any production activity. We have no magic lamp to produce any physical goods without raw material. The main factor is how to preserve it, especially the raw material to produce food products. The raw material like flour, edible oil, milk, vegetable, etc. must be preserved strongly. They should be kept in such an order that it can be available at the time of requirement. There must be complete record of it so that the stock of flow of material may continue with production activity. Next, application of new technology research. Work with the world is the basic statement of the business. To sustain this activity and to make progress in business, applying modern technology and research in your business is important. The influence of changing environment in business has great impact on current policy of business. Next, proper utilization of available resources. In a competitive business environment, it is very essential for the business unit to properly utilize its resources like capital and finance, human resources, material and goods, machinery, building and other instruments, etc. External or macro environment. In external or macro environment, our first point is suppliers. We know that any business unit requires raw material, different part and sub-part for the production activity. Without them, the production activity cannot be done. They are closely linked with production or business. Not only that, but every input should be timely available and at proper price so that the production activity may progress smoothly. If the requirements are not fulfilled, there will be many problems which the business unit has to face. To avoid this, the businessman has to make advanced planning and budget for his requirement. Similarly, the condition of supplier and a government policy also affect on supplier's attitude. The perfect policy of businessman can eliminate the risk and uncertainty in the relation with suppliers. Second, customer. The fundamental objective of the businessman is to create new customers and to abide them. Customers are the base of selling process and they are an important element in business. The success of any business depends on customers who create goodwill between producer and customer. Third point, competitors. We know that a market is a battlefield where rivals compete with each other to command the market and consumer. They apply price and non-price, fair and unfair competition. They produce similar product and try to prove that our product is best than other similar product. For example, a certain producer of shampoo creates temptation to use only his product. Now the consumer has to choose a certain product which satisfies his maximum want. Such type of competition is called generic competition. When a consumer spends money after purchasing certain product, he examines every highlight of that product like color, size, technique, lifeline of the product and service after purchasing. Here we also feel brand competition because of different companies sell their product under different brand. Next, marketing intermediaries. Marketing intermediaries are the most important connection between the producer and customer. Marketing intermediaries means agent, representative and marketing advice. They help the producer to sell the product as well as help in increasing the sales of the product to the final consumer. Next, public. According to Philip Kotler, a public is any group that has an actual or potential interest in impact on an organization's ability to achieve its interest. According to this concept, media, citizen, protection forum and local public have a great influence on marketing and selling of the product. Sometimes the media can change government decision also. Moreover, public opinion also help the company to change or to innovate the product. Environment. First, national income. An increase in national income is a good sign for favorable economic condition. It helps in increasing saving and investment in the country. Increasing income may go in the hands of the people, which promote the purchasing power of the people. Second, per capita income. Increasing national income is not a correct picture of economic development. The real income, per capita income, can only measure economic development through within the increased national income. Per capita income also increase, but if the growth of population is rapid, if the price tend to go up, or say if there is hyperinflation in economy, the real per capita income falls. Next, disposable income. After satisfying the primary wants, whatever income remaining surplus in the hand of the people is called disposable income. Next, capacity of saving. The saving ratio depends on the income and expenditure. If the income increases, people's capacity to save will naturally increase. If the income decreases, saving capacity also decreases. Next, price rise or inflation. Price rise or inflation has effect on real income, demand, selling, saving and marketing. People have limited income to spend. Their income does not increase equally to price rise in the market. As a result, the minimize their purchasing, which will affect their demand, supply and production. Next, loans for consumption motives. If a bank and financial institution become liberal to provide loan for purchasing different goods and houses, it will bring demand for such goods, which will inspire the producer to increase their production. Next, distribution of national income. The environment has a great effect on business environment. If the distribution of national income is not equal, the poor and middle class people will not make demand for comfortable goods. Due to lack of more income, they have no capacity to purchase them, so the production of such goods will not develop. Underdeveloped countries like India require proper distribution of income for the rich, middle class people and poor people to encourage the economic environment. Now, our environment. First, political environment. Under this factor, we have to think about the political stability of the government first. In any country, only a stable government can make remarkable progress in industrial sector. Next, social environment. Social environment play a vital role in the industrial development. The entrepreneur cannot ignore people's preference, likings, disliking, choice, social tradition and customer. Next, technological environment. After industrial revolution, there were tremendous changes in the industrial sector. In modern age, technology has become an important factor for economic development. Technology has become a part of our daily life and still many changes are to be expanded in near future. Next, competitive environment. The decision making is based on various types of competitive prevailing in the market. The entrepreneur has to set up his business according to the structure of the market. This shapes a particular environment in the country. There are many competition: perfect competition, monopoly competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly. Next, legal environment. For the development of business environment, legal system of the company is highly important. There is a sharp influence of business law on the business environment. The businessman has to follow the prescribed law right from the establishment to run the business. The businessman has to be very keen for observing of this different law. No businessman can break the law. Next, cultural environment. Culture is the fundamental base of the business environment. The entrepreneur has to set up his business according to the cultural base, especially developing country has a traditional culture. The people are less educated in such country. People have some common beliefs, stationary tradition and custom. They cannot come out of them. So while establishing a new business, the entrepreneur must have deep understanding about the social culture. Next, international environment. We know that the world is now considered as a family on that base. Today, international trade is developed beyond our imagination. When we talk about international environment, we have to study on the base of global business environment.